What does that do to a vulnerable, impressionable teenager when someone thinks you're only good for stripping? Her boss told her to go across the street and strip. Like, what? And she does. But what is she now exposed to in that strip club? Drugs, alcohol, and men groping her. That's not good. Welcome to another empowering episode of Becoming with Angelina Watkins, and I'm your host, Angelina, your queen of becoming, here to guide you on a journey of inspiration, resilience, and success. Today, we're going to talk about a very controversial, iconic rapper. You either love her or hate her, but I personally don't know why anyone can hate her. But we might not always agree with her outlandish ways, but she is more than what we see. And if you really listen to her music, you might learn something. We're going to talk about the incredible life of a woman who defied the odds, no other than Cardi B. Now, before we get into Cardi's story, I just want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all the love you've been showing to this Becoming series, where we have been highlighting the struggles and the triumphs of women. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss another episode as we continue to grow together and conquer love, life, and money on our path to emotional, spiritual, and financial prosperity. Now, I have a workshop coming up where I help women overcome their emotional and financial struggles so they can make their dreams come true. In October, we're having a workshop. It's called She Means Business, for our startup entrepreneurs and struggling business owners, to help you get your business finances right and tight so you can build your financial queendom. And so we'll be going over how to access capital, choosing the right company structure, tax strategies, protecting your assets, spending plans, and so much more. So for more information and to get signed up, visit the link in the description. All right. Seating is limited. I can only take a certain number of people, so secure your seat today, because when it's filled, it's filled. And when it's gone, it's gone. All right. Now let's get into Cardi B. It's a name known to millions worldwide for her music, her charisma, and her larger-than-life personality, but her journey to fame was anything but ordinary. She overcame adversity, faced hardships, and emerged as one of the most influential voices in the music industry. And she continues to shine in everything she does. Cardi B was born on October 11th, 1992, to a Dominican father and a mother from Trinidad, so she speaks fluent Spanish. And she was raised in the South Bronx, New York, where life wasn't always easy and her life was far from glamorous. Like most people growing up with both parents, life is good despite any financial struggles. And as a kid, you don't really understand the struggle. But as a teenager, Cardi would experience something that cuts deep: her parents splitting. And according to Cardi B in an interview with Fader, that marked her forever. And so Cardi B attended a musical and theater and technology school, and which is no surprise there, but she would eventually drop out and take a job at a grocery store as a cashier. And the job wasn't panning out. She was always late too many times, and the manager or owner wasn't happy with her attitude. But it is the boss of the grocery store that would suggest she go across the street and work for the strip club. He tells her to find a job that's more suited to fit her needs. Little did he know, and she knew, that stripping would be the pivotal moment in her life that would set off a chain of events that would lead her to stardom. Cardi had her share of adversity, okay? No hiding that. She faced traumatic experiences and challenges that could have easily derailed her path to success. But what made her journey unique was her unyielding determination and resilience. Now let's kind of talk about the trauma. Divorce impacted her, and some people ignore the fact that your parents splitting does impact a child no matter how old you are. You can be 30 and your parents splitting can deeply wound you. And I suspect that going from being a good student to doing poorly in school, dropping out, behavioral problems at work, and eventually winding up in an abusive relationship are all the after effects of trauma. When a child is doing well and then they're not, something happened. Not every child doesn't do that. But they do start acting up, or they're getting bad grades. But for those who didn't start out that way, you have to ask, what happened? I can't speak for Cardi B, but I can speak from my own experience of my parents splitting up when I was a teenager. And you lose a sense of reality because your world as you knew it to be good and perfect is no longer good and perfect. And the signs are there, but you don't know, you don't understand what's going on. All you know is what once was and felt good is no longer, and you feel bad. And so you have some children who blame themselves, so they become over pleasing. If I'm the reason they split, then let me do everything in my power to make them happy again so they can get back together. And then some children act out, some become disorderly and adopt destructive behavior. They developed a I don't care attitude. Why should I care? They didn't care. They weren't who they pretended to be. And so we could see that in Cardi B's teenage years with school and accounts of behavioral problems on the job and later while in the spotlight. And so then I did mention earlier that Cardi B would eventually end up in an abusive relationship. In an interview with Vlad TV, Cardi recalls being broke, living with her ex-boyfriend who was beating her, okay? Stripping was her way of making money and making it fast so she could make enough to leave the abusive relationship. And stripping is not the dream job any parent wants for their child, okay? But it served a purpose for Cardi. In her words, it saved her life and it helped her escape a toxic and abusive living situation. Now, the boss that recommended she strip really did her a favor. But before I get into her round to success, I want to also point out how we can fall into the hands of the wrong person when we're wounded and haven't healed. One thing led to another with Cardi B until her life decisions landed her with the wrong man. And ladies, listen, I know you can relate because I can relate of not healing and our judgment being clouded. So we end up choosing the wrong type of guy because he was filling the hole in your heart. You have to heal the hole in your heart. Don't be in a rush to finding love. Love on yourself. Now, Cardi B, life, took a significant turn when she recognized that she wanted more. She refused to let her past define her future. While some might view stripping as a setback, Cardi saw it as a stepping stone towards her dreams. When she decided to pursue a career in the adult entertainment industry, she saw an opportunity to rise above her passion for music and entertainment. And so now stripping is nothing to praise. And we can add that to her list of trauma, which is defined as an event that disrupts and changes your emotional and mental well-being. It changes how you think and act and turns you into someone who you are not. What does that do to a vulnerable, impressionable teenager when someone thinks you're only good for stripping? Her boss told her to go across the street and strip. Like, what? And she does. But what is she now exposed to in that strip club? Drugs, alcohol, and men groping her. That's not good, but Cardi B was able to build mental toughness in that environment, which would come in handy in the music industry and the limelight that she's in. She built a good work ethic. She set her sights on leaving that abusive relationship. Stripping was her way out, and because she wanted it so bad, it made her focus on what she had to do to get out. That work ethic will be what helps her become a star. Stripping could have been a destructive path to nowhere, but she used it to build skills, talents, and abilities for her to use to build a successful future. What are you supposed to be getting out of your job that is to prepare you for your next level? With her sights set on greatness, she worked tirelessly to hone her skill as an entertainer and rapper, and while facing the judgment and stereotypes associated with her profession. And so Cardi B's breakthrough moment came through her social media presence. She leveraged platforms like Instagram and Vine to showcase her vibrant personality and raw talent. Her candid and unfiltered videos resonated with audiences, earning her a devoted fan base. And this newfound visibility eventually led her to her breakthrough on the reality show Love and Hip Hop New York. Now, this would catapult her into the spotlight and work in her favor. Cardi B's magnetic personality and her unapologetic authenticity made her a standout star on the show. She used this newfound visibility as a platform to launch her music career. And so in 2017, Cardi B released her debut single, Bodak Yellow, which became an instant hit and earned her the title of the first female rapper to top the Billboard Hot 100 chart since Lauryn Hill in 1998. Her rapid rise to fame continued with the release of her debut album, Invasion of Privacy, which won a Grammy Award for the Best Rap Album. And so Cardi B's accomplishments extend beyond the music industry. She used her platform to advocate for important social issues, including gender equality and racial justice. Her openness about her own experiences has inspired countless individuals to speak up about their own struggles and challenges. And Cardi's influence goes beyond her music. She's a fashion icon, an actress, and a businesswoman. She's collaborated with major brands, starred in movies, and even ventured into the world of fashion with her own clothing line. As we wrap up today's episode, Cardi B's journey reminds us that adversity is not a roadblock, but a stepping stone to success. She turned her pain into power, her struggles into strength, and her past into a platform for change. Cardi B's story teaches us that no matter where we come from, we have the power to shape our destinies. We can overcome adversity, break through barriers, and achieve greatness if we believe in ourselves and stay true to our dreams. Where you are is not where you have to be. Your past does not define you. You define you. So heal, transform, and pursue.